I don't know that I have ever felt it this strongly, this early. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna, and if you are new here, we are homeschooling a family of 4. We're in our 7th year of homeschooling, halfway done with our 7th year of homeschooling. We have a 6th grader and a 2nd grader, and today I wanted to talk with you. Burnout season is coming. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Now, I don't know if it's because we've been in a busy season. I'm filming this right before Christmas, so there's a lot to do, a lot of things. I tend to romanticize things and start to kind of almost grieve a little bit when I haven't done as much or enjoyed as much as I wish I had. We've done a lot. It's been amazing. I just, there's always more. Things you just wish you would have done more of, or sat through, or just enjoyed, or been more present. And I'm really starting to feel that. So I don't know if it's like the turn of the year or what it is, but I can feel already burnout. And I don't know why. This year has been fantastically wonderful, but I think because I'm already feeling just a little blah. I know that by the dark times being that chunk of time between going back in January and spring break, it's going to be really hard. We have a vacation in there, and I'm already thinking about how it's going to be getting started back up, how we're going to manage the time away from that and business. And I think there's just a lot that I can do right now to help myself later. And so I want to share that with you. We're going to do ourselves, our later selves, a huge favor right now. Now, I think I've already had a video go up talking about easing back in after a break, because we really struggled getting back into it. That first day after Thanksgiving break was really hard, and it usually isn't that hard. So I knew looking ahead, we've got 2 breaks coming up, Christmas break coming up, and our vacation. I knew looking ahead that I needed a plan for what we were going to do to get back into that. And what we did, have done, are planning to do is to kind of slowly ramp back up into schoolwork with the fun stuff, the stuff we want to do and the stuff that we enjoy. So I did just have a video go up featuring Night Zookeeper about that exact topic. I will be sure to link it right up here. But it's not the only thing. It's not the only thing we can do to make the burnout season a little less. If we can do things to make our feeling of burnout stave off a little longer, make it a little better, a little longer, then that season will be a little shorter. Maybe we'll get through it a little better, if that makes any amount of sense. So something that I know I need to do, I need to get back into my systems, because my systems will save me. If I'm not sitting in that time thinking about all the work I need to get caught up on, all of the housework I haven't done, how stressful getting all the food cooked is, I know that those are things that contribute to my feeling overwhelmed. When I feel overwhelmed, I know I tend to want to just not do anything. So if I can avoid that, if I can avoid that feeling of burnout all around, not just in our homeschool, then I know that that's going to be good. Something else that I'm planning to do when we do start back up in January is that I will be incorporating a few more fun things we haven't done yet. Why? Because it keeps it fun, and I want to avoid the burnout feeling. If we're just doing the same old, that's such a big chunk of time to go through with the same old. So I am planning to add in a few sparkly bits of amazing things. It is also a wonderful season to get out and make sure we are enjoying the fresh air and enjoying those field trips before summer break kicks off, or before you get too late into the school year when every Friday is just field trip day. So I know that I'm going to be prioritizing that. I also am going to be, and we always do this, the big celebrations for ending any small piece of curriculum. I don't care if it's a workbook or math or Michael K. Thompson. At the end of it, my kids know we get chocolate milk. And this is the thing that they look forward to. So if you do not have something that is a set celebration for when you've completed those things, I highly suggest that you start doing that now, because things do start to drop off. And as they start to drop off, it's fun, but unless you're really embracing that, which again is fun in itself because it's a little bit of a motivation to everyone, celebrate that. Because if you can keep fun going longer into the burnout season, you're going to be doing great. Because burnout is just, for me, burnout's just blah, blah. It's terrible, blah. I feel blah, and I'm tired and blah. So any amount of that I can stave off, even with any tiny bit of shameless chocolate milk passing out, it's the little things for me that count, the little novelty, and my kids love it and they know to expect it. So now it's a thing we look forward to. So there's a big announcement and we tell dad and it's a huge deal. So for me, it's those little things that are going to get me through the burnout blahs. So I want to share with you and encourage with you maybe to start a little thing. Maybe it's a Hershey Kisses. Maybe it's you bake a cake. Maybe it's bowl of cereals for dinner. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is for your family, do that. We also, as we've gotten a little busy, have gotten away from our game of the week. So I know that I want to get that back in because it's just fun. We love game of the week and we enjoy having that time together. So it should be easier to get back into that. And then it's just something to look forward to as a family, which is really important and helps me stave off those blahs, because the blahs are real, y'all. The blahs are real. And there is nothing less motivating than feeling blah, 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 blah. Something that I think will also help myself is getting ready, getting Shanna ready in the daytime, being ready to go. I'm working on revamping my personal schedule to really keep me going, to keep me ready for whatever's happening. And I've just not done a great job of that. But it's the turn of the year, and this is when I am doing my self-accounting and figuring out where I could do better, balancing my ledges, figuring it out. So that is something that should be really entertaining to do, is keep going. Little personal Shanna projects I want to work on. So that's something that always keeps me going through the dark times, is having goals, having things I know I want to work on, making progress on those things. Something that I do like to remind myself, I think it's a famous quote, and if I can find it directly, I will, or maybe it's like a proverb, I don't know, but it's like a thing, it's a thing. But basically, worrying about the future is dooming yourself to suffer it twice. Because regardless of what happens, you're going to live it when it gets here. But if you're worrying about it now, you're almost doing it twice. So you're suffering something that hasn't even happened yet. And that is something that I do try to remember. So I don't want you thinking, oh no, it's getting terrible. This is my first year. This is an expert. I'm not. But she knows it's coming, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that. I just know for myself and from my experience and just from the way I'm already kind of feeling, that I know that I need to start doing things now to do later me a favor. And that favor is to try to maintain momentum. We will not always maintain motivation, but if I can do things now to allow me to maintain that momentum, especially through our homeschool. I don't want our homeschool to be dull. I don't want our homeschool to be blah. I don't want our homeschool to be tragic or something we're suffering through or trudging through thick mud to the end. I want it to be good. I want it to be happy. I want it to be enlightening and motivating and encouraging and a positive, great space. So the way that I'm going to do that, again, I can't maintain motivation, but I can maintain momentum. And by getting my systems back in place, by trying to make sure that I feel good and ready and prepped for the day, by feeling my best, by getting our meals done and our chores done and our house looking good and us feeling good and our family time connecting. I know that doing all of those things and our celebratory chocolate milk, those things will keep our momentum, because it is so important as we return from this holiday break to keep going. But it's more important to want to keep going. So if you're sitting that, man, we have to suffer this. Man, this is the worst. Man, I don't want to be here. If any of you are feeling that way, maybe hit a pause, take a fun day, and start fresh. But I hope that you have found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you have, please let me know down in the comments or over on Instagram while you are down there, or over on Instagram. Share with us. What's your thing? How are you avoiding burnout, or how do you treat burnout once you realize it's kind of started to set in? What are you doing? What are your celebrations? What are your completionist things? What is it that you're doing to maintain motivation or momentum through this next huge chunk of time? Because this is the big time. And it's almost even like a struggle as far as being the homeschool parent. Because like, I know I get super excited about planning, but I don't usually start that till like the real planning until a little later, but I do have planning things coming up because believe it or not, it's time, and that's motivating and exciting. But then I also a little bit struggle when I'm like, oh, that looks fun next year, but we're still in this year. And I know that a lot of you can feel me on that. So yeah, guys, I think that's it. We can do it. We can do it together. We don't have to stay motivated, but we sure can keep our momentum and keep going. I will try to be motivating because 'tis the season. But yes, share. What are the things? What are the things that you do? Ice cream sundae party, buy a new game, do a new puzzle, read a book together, watch a movie together. What do you do in pajama day? Maybe you earn a pajama day? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Bye, guys.